world is so fucked that everybody stays home and they have like a surrogate AI body that goes out and interacts for everybody, interacts for them. So everybody's like stuck in their room, right? And like Bruce Willis lived. Sorry?
No, there's the Ewan McGregor Scarlett Johansson movie. That's the same thing where the super rich version of Ewan McGregor clones himself. It's that something island. I can't remember the name of it. I gotta look it up now. My wife would know. She's in the other room. Shit.
Hey, welcome in. It's a Monday. And if you hold grudges like Eric Lindquist does, and if you're a brain of an elephant and you simply cannot forget until you just get it out, let me have it. I blew the community parlay on Friday. I just wanted to get that out right away, Lindy.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing. I think you and I can share a moment, as I'm sure we'll share many today. I think you and I can share a moment in how that community parlay was blown. Senga over 5.5 Ks. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't just
this guy.
me.
So if you look at anything on Baseball Savant Fangraphs, Senga, when he figures out how to not get in 3-1 counts or 3-2 counts and just walk everybody, he's going to strike out 12 dudes because his ghost fork is unhittable. It's an unhittable pitch. Batters are hitting under 100 expected batting average with it. It is redonkulous, the swing and miss. But the problem is sometimes he just has it completely out of the zone and nobody's chasing it. The swinging strikes are down and he walks like 3 or 4 dudes every single game. He hasn't had a single game with less than 3 walks all season. So of course, gives up 1 hit, basically. A phenomenal outing otherwise, just no strikeouts. It was so tilting to watch.
Yeah, pretty disappointing, especially because I knew people were relying on me. Like you had the Discord relying on you. This was a play that you gave out. I had the community here on the community part. I had Ben Raza looking down at. Can you imagine the look of disgust? Ben Raza sitting on his throne somewhere in the state of New York, we think, maybe in Vermont. We're not sure where he lives, actually, staring down in judgment, just shaking his head like this guy just fucked up another community parlay. Like, why is he here? And then the community asking the same thing. Well, you know why? You know why? Because we're back. I'm excited. I'm excited today. I've got a couple of reasons why I'm excited today.
I'm ready.
You know what the biggest reason is why I'm excited?
Why?
Take a guess. It has to do with my Philadelphia. Nobody else's Philadelphia 76ers.
2-2.
No. It's not even that. It's not just that, I should say. It's not just that.
Not just that. Okay.
I'm going to game 5.
Cool.
Yeah. Just found out. Oh, major news, breaking news. Now I'll be working. All right. I am working, but I'm going to game 5.
Mike Lawrence is beaming with pride on the other end. Look at him. Yeah. He's like, oh man, I would go to game 5 right now. It'd be so great. We would have all the beers and then we could recreate the time in 2006 when I went with my uncle and my uncle. We had such a blast. That was a pretty good Mike Lawrence, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Oh man, we were just banging beers, man. We were banging beers.
If you could just do somewhat of it's Philly Central, right? If you could just get his dialect down, then I think you'd be okay. You got the speed down by all means. Look at that. See, he's coming.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Sorry. I love you, Mike. We do it because it's fun. It's enjoyable. Welcome to the party. I don't know if you know this or not, but 95% of my existence on OddsShopper and Stochastic is just me getting made fun of. So
welcome to the party, as they say. Richter, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a
total recall. No.
Oh, that I didn't pick up on it the first time. Picked it up the second time.
See you at the party, Richter.
See you at the party.
See you at the party, Richter.
There's
a little bit of that roll of. He rolls his R a little bit. See you at the party, Richter.
What's your best impression, Eytan?
Christopher Walken. I've done it before, but.
Oh yeah, that's true. You've smashed it. Can you just like order a sandwich as Christopher Walken for the people?
Okay. I'd like some mayo on the bread. I've asked 15 times. How many times do I have to ask for the mayo? No, now it gets a little bit into like Jerry Springer. So I gotta. I'm good in King of New York. My best ever though, outside of that, I don't know. I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and see. I don't do a lot without hearing something. I'm good regurgitating off here, but
I'm here.
What about you? Let me think as you answer.
God, I have some random ones. I mean, it depends. I don't know. I used to have a good Kermit the Frog once upon a time. Kermit the Frog here. It's Piggy. It's time for the show.
That's not bad. Kermit the Frog.
It used to be better. When I heard it and like actually, would partake in.
You'd have to work on that though. That take fine tuning. I don't think you'd pass.
No, I don't think I would right now. Yeah, it's a little bit off. Why are there so many bets on OddsShopper?
Yeah, I mean that. See, Kyle says I do a pretty good Arnold, Chris G, Austin Powers, right? Like, there's got to be a way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair. I've gathered here before me the world's deadliest assassins, and yet you all failed to do me one simple task. If you put my voice on top of your face, we have it.
That's true. That's true. So we could do something to that extent there. I don't know.
Work in
I'd have to go
progress.
back. You know, I feel like an impression like you just did it. It has to be something already unique, right?
Right.
Like, come on, kill me now, right? Like, what are you waiting? Right? Like, it has to be like a distinct voice. I don't know. I couldn't do Chevy Chase, right? Like, who?
Right.
That's or Dan Aykroyd or one of these guys, Bill Murray.
Chevy
or
Chase is
something.
just
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a family over for Christmas.
this is my bonus. This is my bonus.
Unbelievable, man.
Good
Unbelievable.
stuff.
Well, let's hit some stuff, shall we?
Let's do it.
Now I'm thinking like, all right, I got to go back and see if there was a movie or a show that I could do a good impersonation of. But you did Dr. Evil. That's pretty damn good. And my Christopher Walken
Throw
went
me a
off the
freaking
rails.
bone here, boss.
No,
Need the info.
I like it. I like it. All right, so we'll give you a week free of this tool below. We'll continue to tell you about this tool below. It's the OddsShopper Premium. The link, at least, is below. It's the tool that we'll use. Does it work? Absolutely. And I don't know. I mean, go check the Parlay of the Day video. We hit 3 of 6 last week, and I'm using the tool just to build it, right? And I'm just saying, like, that's ridiculous. Nobody should be hitting 3 5-leg plus 500 plus parlays in a week. But Eric and I were talking about ahead of time. And look, this doesn't even count the ridiculous smashing that's going on our Discord with you yesterday, myself. I see News God is in here. He carried me because I'm like, yeah, man, another plus 500 hit. And then I look over and it's like, oh, by the way, my 22-1 smash hit. So I don't even think you missed a play yesterday. That's another reason to join the Discord. But the tool itself, I mean, my goodness, man, like the one thing I wanted to hit about it before we get into the plays is what you just mentioned about how much easier it is to be educated about betting parlays, right?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't mean every parlay is going to hit, but my God, before I started using it, before I got here and stuff, just oh yeah, jam everything together. And then you start to look at parlays on this tool, and it's amazing how smarter you can be when you build your own parlays, 3, 4, 5 legs, what have you.
Yeah, to amend one thing, I did miss quite a few MLB in the morning session. And then
I'm sorry.
James Outman hit a plus 700 homer on top of the Dodgers coming from behind and covering the money line there, or just winning outright, which is what I needed. It ended up being a lovely day as a result. And then 5-0 in NBA. And then you and News God just ran amok. It was insane. Your run on parlays has been ridiculous, but what you speak to is just expected ROI, expected win percentage, because over a long period of time, if you can put together plus EV bets, if you can go to a specific book at your specific state, and you can get that specific with the bets, you're going to win over a long amount of time. Now, there's correlation that's hard to account for, but that's where I think you have a good common sense for it. You explained it out in your videos every day. I feel like it's something I talk about all the time when it comes to PrizePicks and pick'em sites as well, where you want to be combining all of what we have here at the tools with your basic NBA knowledge, where it's like, oh, Devin Booker under 46.5. Maybe I pair that, with something where somebody else on the Suns goes over if I'm going to be going in that direction. Now, last couple games, really nice to have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker both correlated on the over as well. Just shootout type games, and nobody could miss yesterday. It was just bonkers basketball that we watched in that game. But I love the amount of time and effort and specificity you put into using the parlay builder, because it's truly kind of a science of being able to just take everything that we have from the add legs to your parlay and knowing what you want to be adding to your card and having it tell a story, just like it would for a showdown lineup in DFS or when you're on a pick'em site when you're looking for purely correlation and expected win percentage.
All right, I love this type of show where, and look, we're going to get a little wild here. We're going to push some stuff of our own. Absolutely. I think we look, though, real quick at the tool. And my goodness, I don't think we've started a show like this, Lindy, where we've seen 2 plays at the top. A, be overs that are not like goals, right? Like high reward, or high risk, high reward stuff. But Kyle Lowry in the NBA over 4.5 assists, and Jalen Brunson over 2.5 threes. Both plus money. Lowry plus 120 on PointsBet. Brunson plus 112 on Bet Rivers, Sugar House, Unibet, that trio, if you will. These are plus money plays that are returning a 6% ROI. These are our best most positive ROI plays on the board coming into tonight. And they're both overs, where a lot of times, we're playing unders. And look, unders hit probably more than totals, but people don't like unders. People don't like when we lead with unders. And look at this. We have 2 overs right away.
Well, I like winners. I really don't care if they're overs, unders.
Well, you
the
don't.
thing that's well, it depends. For me, what I find to be easier come playoff time, because the minutes are adjusted higher when it comes to players there in that regard. There are certain things where it makes more sense for overs, where you have a game script of an overtime like you would with Philly and Boston, where you would be taking overs on Harden, Tatum, like the studs. And if that game shoots out, more than likely they're coming along for the ride and they're going to be performing well. James Harden, 42-9-8. That was the best game James Harden's ever played in the playoffs, bar none. Good stuff if you're Philly. Did not get the ceiling Joel Embiid here the last couple games, and you're still 2-2 in that series. Brandon Katz, you can definitely just eat it, my friend. But yes, everything you just spoke about is 100% accurate, where people don't want to be starting with unders. I totally get it. But hey, winners are winners, and that's what we're looking for, and the tool's going to identify them for you.
Yeah, Lowry, I mean, and also Brunson. I mean, whatever the hell's going on with this team, that...
Well, Quickly's not going to be playing basketball today, and Jalen Brunson's played 38 to 40 minutes, even though he's been dinged up himself. So, again,
but
it's
he's
just
still going to have taking shots.
Right. These are just the 2 slowest teams you could possibly run into for a series. Miami, 29th, 96.3 possessions per 48 minutes. They are lethargic. The Knicks, 97.4 possessions per 26. And I talked a little bit about how Jalen Brunson had some carryover from his days in Dallas playing alongside Luka, where they were the slowest team in the NBA last year. And part of it is Jalen Brunson in the half court is just efficient and able to create and do things correctly. Now, he hasn't gone nuts knocking down threes yet. I think that's started to really be baked into the prices. If you've been watching some of these line movements from game to game, I mean, we were not getting plus money on Jalen Brunson in this prominent of a way on the over of 2.5 for games 2 and 3.
No, not at all. And especially with the series, as you just mentioned, coming into form with how slow it's been, and also with injuries. It's not just Brunson, right? Randall, like we know elsewhere, just looking to see, okay, so Bet Rivers, Sugar House, and Unibet, which is basically the same place, are giving you plus 112. The only other book that's offering this at plus money is plus 105 at PointsBet. Chances are, if you place one bet at PointsBet, no matter what it is, it could be like a plus 1,000. They've limited you just because it's PointsBet and they suck overall. Probably not, but maybe, you never know.
This show is sponsored by PointsBet. Everybody check it out.
All right, Mike, are we live? Wait a second. You didn't tell me that this show was live. All right, here we go. Everywhere else, you're laying juice. Everywhere else, you're laying juice here. So, look, I'm betting this, and I actually think that there's another spot. So what I think you could do is right away, let's do it, all right? Let's take Jalen Brunson and find the next highest XROI play, which would be Dennis Schroeder's Schroeder over 8.5 points. Are you okay with that?
My God, I'm in love with Dennis Schroeder. So I bet the 9.5 that we were getting north of, really nice plus money last night. I haven't looked at what it adjusted to here. I'll pull it up, but I'm in love with everything Dennis Schroeder today. I have been this entire series. It's truly the perfect series for him, because D'Angelo Russell, like, he has had an inferno outcome, like inferno shooting through basically this entire series, where he's playing a lot more minutes than we would expect. And you're still going to be running into spots where Dennis Schroeder, he will play in garbage time to a certain extent. And then he will also, be effective in that second unit, no matter what. He's only played 19 and 20 minutes, but it's purely because these game scripts have been bonker blowouts. We're talking a 30-point blowout game 3, a 27-point blowout the other way in game 2. You saw 31 minutes in the only competitive spot here. He's the best on-ball defending guard that they have to utilize up against Steph Curry. I get this Jared Vanderbilt starting the game on him thing, whatever. You can do that for all of about 16, 18 minutes, and that's enough of that. Dennis Schroeder is going to be on the floor a lot if this game is competitive.
All right, I'm looking at this right now. Over 2.5 threes for Jalen Brunson. And then if we add to this, right, this is just a nice, easy way to ease you out there into the pool. All right, nobody's picking you up and throwing you into the deep end, hoping that you can swim along with Lindquist and myself. All right. We're giving you an opportunity to ease your way into this. All right. This is a nice 2-leg plus 320 same game parlay over at Sugar House. I mean, or Bet Rivers or Unibet, whatever the hell. Each one is the same. I just bet that. Now I have to bet it a little bit less, but we'll see. Maybe I always send the entire wager hoping, this is the time. This is the time, right? But that's plus 320. Plus 320 right there.
It's incredible.
To combine just Brunson, our top 2 plays from Bet Rivers. That's all.
Yep. I would do that.
Okay.
I would
all
do
right,
that.
so let's look at this real quick before we hit some promos and stuff. Thanks to King Doom. Appreciate you. Definitely not necessary, but we appreciate that big time. Wow, Brandon Katz must be on one right now if he's been timed out like this left and right. I'm too busy looking at the tool, refreshing. What type of shit did I miss in the chat, E?
Oh, just him being typical Brandon Katz, where he decided. So he also has no context for anything that you say. When I said I liked Philadelphia, I thought they were the most undervalued team remaining on the board at plus 700 before this series started to win the NBA Finals. And I stand by that statement where I am confused why Boston was plus 200 and Philadelphia with the unknown of Joel Embiid and then him returning in game 2 after a win. I was just confused how the market didn't adjust for that whatsoever and how they just are de facto. It's like the Danny Green, the Denny Greens thing where it's like, if you want to have him be a champion, just crown him already, whatever that is. Like, I don't think Boston's that good.
I don't either. I mean, look, this is their head coach.
He's 34, honestly, by the way. He's younger than me.
This guy looks like every single time they're flashing to him or something happens on the court, like not calling a timeout when you see your players walk the ball up with no time left on the clock last night. Mm-hmm. This guy looks like every single time he's been pulled from the stands that this is some giveaway. Like WEEI before the series started said, you can coach the Celtics.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Eric, you can appreciate this being out in LA. Yeah. We have finally found somebody in the NBA playoffs, at least in the Eastern Conference, that makes Doc Rivers look like Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Red Auerbach. Red Auerbach. All right, there's an impression for you. It looked like Red Auerbach. There's one for you.
Oh my, the kids. You have a child in your home. Gonna go check in on you. That's adorable. You can scream
and 2 floors, and I'm insulated, so I can yell.
Oh, got it. Just make it sure.
I can do my Russo. You wouldn't know it. Yeah. All right.
That was fantastic. I do like your Russo personally.
Joe Mazzulla, is that what the guy's name is?
Yes, Joe Mazzulla.
Oh my God, I can't believe. Like, can you imagine being a championship caliber team and you show up every day and like, this is the guy this is our coach? Booker, Western Conference MVP, 650.
Wow.
You like that? You like that? Okay.
No, probably not.
What's the smash tonight for you? Let's start there. I just gave you all out there thanks to the OddsShopper premium tool. And again, you can sign up for this. It's easy. We're here, accessible, all of that. A nice 2-leg same game parlay. All right, Eric, where is ironic. Your smash spot?
So, I mean, Dennis Schroeder, but it's ironic because this wasn't even popping on OddsShopper last night. I always do my video and I'm always checking in on OddsShopper to make sure that it's all sitting up top. But it's just a personal belief that I have that the markets are way, way, way too low. Dennis Schroeder shouldn't have anything projected for less than double digits tonight in terms of points. And for that number to now be 8.5 at FanDuel, it's better than the 9.5 plus 115 plus 120 I was looking at last night. So I'm going to fire it again. I'm pretty heavily invested in that play. And I love that now OddsShopper is behind me. It is now the most positively leveraged play that we have. The number one market-based approach play, 8.5 on FanDuel plus 110. I am so behind that one. I'm struggling a little bit what I want to do with this Knicks Heat game. I think I've kind of struggled with it all series long. I think I've been... it's just really hard to know what you're going to be getting out of a lot of players like Julius Randle. What's his limitations going to look like? And I think you want to embrace some of those unknowns. And I've been leaning on some unders where, Joel Embiid, hey, that worked out for game 3, did not work out for game 4. where, I don't know how to evaluate the health of certain players. All I know is that most of them are going to be on the floor as much as possible. So Jimmy Butler, 9 straight 25-plus point games. It's so hard to find another piece from Miami that you're bullish on outside of that Kyle Lowry assist play, because you're getting plus money on something that's projected for north of that, or at least at a coin flip. And when you run into a coin flip with plus 115 money, that's always a good thing to be behind.
Yeah, I get it. I think you look at where Butler's points are right now, 28.5. That's just right there in the middle. So, but high enough to where you're not going to get insane value. Oh, just play 30 points, right? Like you've got a little bit, that 29, I get it, but it's probably not going to be great for that jump. At the same time, it's ridiculously difficult, unless there's insane market value, which there hasn't been, to fade Jimmy Butler scoring tonight. So let's keep that. All right. First off, before we even get to Miami, you mentioned Schroeder here, and there's ridiculous opportunities here for Schroeder. Let's just assume that we're going over the baseline play, which is 8.5 points, right, for Denny.
Yeah,
that's the baseline play right now for Schroeder points. So if you just start there at minus 114, next play would be plus 115 for 10 points. The next play would be a small sprinkle on 15 points at plus 700. Again, game flow, there are some things that could play out here as well, as far as just where we are. And again, that, as I mentioned, is a sprinkle. The last one, though, which I love as much as his points are, over 11.5 points and assists at minus 111.
Yep. I'm kind of in love with that. I think what's interesting, and it's harder to evaluate, he's now shared with as much as Austin Reeves is still on the floor, where, he's going to play 38, 40 minutes, it seems like, in competitive spots. I don't know if they're going to necessarily change it. I will say Austin Reeves, this has not been his series per se. It's been a little bit strange watching him with the ball. Like, he's still handling it well, still doing decently well in that regard, but it just seems like he's not really in the flow of the offense right now. What a weird take to have, because I really like everything that he provides on the floor, but I think maybe there's a pathway where Dennis Schroeder will see more in baseline with what he had for the season, because he averaged 4.3 assists per game in 29 minutes per game. If I put him at 29 minutes for this game, which is exactly what I'm doing, it's hard not to like 4.5 assists along with what? That would only be 7 points that you would be looking for in that regard. So I think kind of a sprinkle on both might be a really good approach.
Okay.
Kind of have a more well-rounded portfolio where you could see him walk into 4 or 5 assists. I mean, come playoff time, though, we know LeBron's going to be playing with the ball at his hand. It's been a lot of Anthony Davis getting it at the free throw line, things of that nature. Golden State not playing Looney the last 2 games. I get it, he was sick in game 2, but like his game 3 minutes allotment should have Steve Kerr fired like immediately.
They were the best. Again, you would know better from a DFS standpoint, but at least from an NBA standpoint, they were one of the most efficient. They just never played together because of injuries and Draymond and all this other shit. But they were one of the most efficient starting fives in the NBA all year. Yep. And you have them all together. And you mentioned Looney. Okay, he's back. And you still say, nah, not for me.
No, you had one thing work out one time, so you did it again, thinking he was going to go 4 for 4 from 3. JaMychal Green.
That's Joe Mazzulla shit. Come on. That's what Joe Mazzulla does.
Just going at him now.
Here you go. You ready? Here you go. Yep. Jimmy Butler over 28.5 points. Kyle Lowry over 4.5 assists.
Okay.
Max Strus under 2.5 rebounds.
Oh God. See, this is where I talk about with this Heat stuff. I don't know how to go about projecting him. As I'm working on my stuff, I don't know what to do with Max Strus because it's so dependent on him being on the floor knocking down shots. I mean, it's the same thing as D'Angelo Russell. Like, you don't run into 30 minutes of Max Strus without him hitting 3 threes in that first half. You know what he did? He went 0 for 4 or 5 in the second half. He went 7 for 14 from the field. He ended up being on the floor more. He played 25 minutes, was effective, even in that loss in game 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to knock down shots. If he's not hitting threes, you could see him walking into 20, 22 minutes. And that's where it gets a little bit uncomfortable. Obviously, there's a longer leash when there's no Oladipo, no Hero, but yeah, he's so hard to know what to do. And then Cody Martin was questionable, or Caleb Martin. Sorry, I always say them incorrectly. Caleb Martin was questionable coming into this one. I know he's going to probably play, but only 23 minutes. He did not knock down shots, and then ended up being a blowout, and he was dinged up with the back. So I really don't know what to do with these ancillary pieces from Miami.
I'm telling you, man, you're right to that point, though, as far as him being out there and shooting is correlating. Is that mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, it just makes the range of outcomes.
Rebounds? I'm just looking at rebounds here.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it increases volatility in minutes. And the way you project a player is that, you're looking at it from that perspective. The nice thing about this is that it's a market-based approach. So you're taking every single book. You're taking the way that they're projecting the fair line to be, and you're finding the best one on every single bet. And so what's more likely, that you're going to have 6-7 other books be incorrect, or that the one book is incorrect? I'm always thinking about it in terms of range of outcomes and where that's going to come into play. I'm always going to be targeting the one book that looks like an outlier compared to the others. That's why you do this. That's the whole point, is that over a long period of time, that's proven to be successful. I mean, look at the ROI of anything from our OddsShopper, whether it's Greg, Ben, myself, you, anybody. You're going to have winning tickets more than you're not in those kind of scenarios. But when it comes to a guy like Max Strus, you have to understand that the range of outcomes, it's going to look really good or really bad. So under 2.5, yeah, again, if he doesn't knock down shots, I really like that play. If he's knocking down shots, or Caleb Martin is limited in any kind of way, you're running into 30 minutes, and that is a very, very hard ask to be on the under of that.
All right, well, in all of this back and forth in your own brain, we lost Kyle Lowry. We lost him. He's gone. He's off the board. We can no longer get plus money on FanDuel for Kyle Lowry, right? So the whole thing is
remember you.
I thought you were going to give me a little, isn't it ironic? After you said, isn't it ironic?
Traffic jam when you're already late. The no smoking sign on your cigarette break.
It's like rain and rain, some shit. What is it?
It's like rain on your wedding day. Yes. Here's the thing. I don't like Sheryl Crow. I love Alanis Morissette. She's kind of a badass.
I don't know the difference. I'm sorry.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like I can do that, Maybe I'll give you a little Chuck D. I don't know. I can do music probably better. I thought you were going to give me a little ironic. That's all. You said it. You
I literally just sang it. Literally just sang it for you.
It doesn't work when you bring it back. You missed it. Just like Kyle Lowry. You missed the window 2 times. No, not It's Raining Men. It's whatever the hell that. What's the song that I was trying to sing?
You were singing ironic, Alanis Morissette. It's like rain on your wedding day.
It's like
the free ride when you're already paid.
Just throw me on the train at this point.
Must be 1:30 on the OddsShopper. There we go. 4:30 Eastern time. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. More singing from me, more of Eytan judging me.
By the way, he's 700 on FanDuel, Kenny from Portland, for the same amount. So if you like that, I would play the 15 plus on FanDuel. Okay. We got some promos to build off of here. We got some parlay or two to build. I know you want to hit some PrizePicks stuff.
I do.
You ready? I'm
ready, my friend.
By the way, you mentioned impressions, whatever the hell. I don't know what the difference is. I'll give you, we have our community poll up, so people need to vote. But the top 2, and they come in the form of stand-up, that I've ever heard as far as impressions. Jay Moore doing Christopher Walken. Have you heard this?
No.
Oh, it's priceless. Like, you think I do the whole, King of New York well. Jay Moore doing Christopher Walken is outstanding, and because they work together on Suicide Kings, so he's doing this. And then Kevin Spacey doing Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, he's incredible.
Oh my god! Like, I didn't realize that Kevin Spacey's old stand-up. Oh, it was not Kevin. Was it not? It's not Kevin Spacey.
Not Spacey.
Kevin
no.
Pollak.
Kevin
Pollak.
There you go. Pollak. I knew who you were talking about. Kevin Pollak. Yeah.
Kevin Pollak.
Mrs. Maisel.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think they canceled Spacey. So I don't want
he's
canceled him.
Yeah, no, he's bad. He's a bad human.
Okay. Let's hit some promos, shall we? Those 2 are must watch. If you out there like impressions, impersonations, all that, Kevin Pollak's whole stand-up routine is basically telling stories on the set of A Few Good Men. You want answers? I think of the time. You want answers? Like, who's it gonna be? You, Weinberg?
Son, we live in a world protected by walls, and men must man those walls.
See, FK knows in the house. All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Ready?
Look at this. The California parlay.
Ready. What is the
California
Anthony
love?
Davis and Klay Thompson 20 plus. California love. A little bit
Or
of that.
going back to Cali. Which one? You can only choose one. California. No. California love, going back to Cali, or
California love by a mile.
The LL version, the Biggie version, or the LL version?
Oh, Biggie.
Over California love?
No, that's what we're talking. California love.
Well, there are 3 songs to choose from.
Tupac is what you mean. Yeah, Tupac is who I want.
Okay.
I want the Tupac, yeah.
Absolutely. That's fine.
Tupac every single time. Thug's Mansion? Come on now.
No problem.
A place to spend my quiet nights. It's beautiful.
Yep. All right. So
you guys want to talk some bets? Yeah, J-Miz, we've been talking bets. Where you been? Sometimes our brains go places.
I'm out on the Cal. I just don't know what Anthony Davis, didn't he just come off a good game? Up, down. He's the West Coast version of James Harden. I want no part of this guy.
Well, oh, come on. That was such an outlier spot in game 2. I
don't trust him.
You're not going to trust.
No. To quote the great Public Enemy.
He's going to play 40 plus minutes if this game's competitive. And we should expect, when it's just a 3-point line, that we're going to have a competitive basketball game. I don't see how 20 plus isn't. So 20 plus, what's the payout?
Klay could let you
that's
down
the question.
Too. Klay is a West Coast version of James Harden.
Gosh.
What? Oh, well, all right. We'll hit that in a sec. Let's
That's
go
important.
As Mike brings this up, let's go to Jimmy Butler as well. And we'll talk about that when he has the number up. But Jimmy Butler, 30 plus points and Miami to win. I think I'm just going to play him over in the points, to be honest with you. I have Miami winning, but I don't know if I like the idea of combining those two or being forced to combine those two.
Yeah. I really hate that game. I really am having a tough time. I bet the over of 206 for what that's worth. But I hate it. I hate that game.
What Splash Brothers. Now, plus, if you're going to do this, if you're going to play either one of these guys to hit on that, I would just play them solo and same game parlay them with points.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I bet you could even factor in first point totals, right? So, all right. So let's look at this. You see that's at plus 133, cleaning up the glass, the last one. I'm going to look at this on DraftKings really quick as far as the Splash Brothers, but any interest in this? I mean, Bam and Mitch Rob in the house, 10 boards each.
I am, let's see. Running it. What? No. Have you watched Mitchell Robinson play the last couple?
Yeah, it's not exciting.
It is not enthusiastic. And now Hartenstein's played 26 the last 2.
Yeah.
He's been legitimately better. I think you're running into this really stupid situation where in this series, it seems like you're getting better center production from Isaiah Hartenstein. Jack Landale is outperforming DeAndre Ayton. Can we just say that through 2 games in Phoenix there? That was the weirdest thing ever, how bad DeAndre Ayton's just... I mean, he is so atrocious defensively up against Jokic. You should almost just be playing him more minutes too. Whereas at least for the Knicks, they're just saying, you know what, screw it. We're just going to play Hartenstein more.
Yeah. I mean, look, aren't we seeing that to an extent in Phoenix with DeAndre Ayton?
Yep. That's what I just said that. That's literally what I just said. You're okay. I love you. That's the correlation to where it's just
all the times that you have done this to me.
No, I
have returned the favor. Okay.
It's okay. It's about time. It was about time that you just ignored everything that I said for 2 minutes.
I did answer your question about Mitchell Robinson at the start of that thought.
Congratulations. Here's a cookie.
I'm here. What kind of cookie would you give?
Probably sugar
I don't
cookie.
give my
you need
kid
it.
oatmeal
You're not
raisin
exciting
shit.
enough. You have no energy.
What?
You said you have no energy. You're just low energy all the time.
I'm going to play
that was sarcasm.
I know. I'm going to play this 4-leg same game parlay plus and see you in hell. It's Strus under 2.5 rebounds. It's Lowry over 4.5 assists. It's Butler over 28.5 points. And it's Schroeder over 8.5 points. Plus 1256. Why not?
Nice job, Mike. I like the chocolate chip. We can go with a little chocolate chip coming on through. This is the production value you get here on the Odd Shop. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Not winning tonight. Maybe game 5 and 6, but not tonight.
Well, I hope not, because I
No.
bet the Lakers for half a unit. I didn't go nuts. I had a full unit on Saturday. That was nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
so let's go.
useful.
I'm looking right here where we can build some parlay action just to see where the proto. Yeah, nothing. Well, there are odds boosts. Hold on a second. So FanDuel, I know this because I used them already. So FanDuel has a 50% odds boost and in baseball and in the NHL. Okay. So you can go across the board in hockey and you can go across the board in baseball. These are great boosts because it's 50% profit boost. You can use them on solo bets. So there's nothing wrong. Like there's never going to be a wrong bet to make, but that doesn't mean that there's not a right or a better bet to place. So I'm sure you have something right away that jumps out, FanDuel, that you like, baseball in general. For me, the total was at 6.5 for the Vegas Edmonton game tonight. 7 is a very reasonable number. In fact, I'd go over 7 at plus money, but I would boost, if you have that hockey boost, I would boost over 6.5 in the total and get that to plus money for Edmonton and Vegas. Baseball, all you, man.
All right, I got your baseball. The one lock for my video last night, and it's pretty clear cut. I love plus money on the under 8.5 of runs for Dodgers Brewers. I think this is pretty clear cut, the best spot on the board. Tony Gonsolin, he was a Cy Young candidate last year and ran into some injuries. He's only had 2 starts so far this season, but got ramped back up to 80 pitches. And last year, a 2.14 ERA, 23.9% K rate was actually down from every previous season he had in the bigs outside of his rookie season. I feel pretty confident that Tony Gonsolin in 85 pitches against this Brewers lineup that really doesn't add anything that's all that impressive to the table. You have Jesse Winker playing at like the worst rate of his career. Yelich is starting to put it back together, which is good for them. You get by Tellez, though, and I think Tony Gonsolin, that back half of the Brewers lineup, is just atrocious. They have a 101 WRC+, but I was kind of expecting better things versus right-handed pitching for him this season. Just a 153 ISO in that regard. And then on the other side of this one, fastball Freddie Peralta, I really like his stuff, and he's just peppering 55, 60% usage on that fastball. But why not when it's one of the best pitches among starters in baseball, probably one of the best fastballs, a 2.70 expected ERA last year. It's a little bit up at 3.69 expected ERA this year, but it looks like the velocity is way up. We're talking 1.8 miles per hour up. That is a drastic change when it's your primary pitch. I expect really good starts for him going forward. I think he just needs to get a little bit tighter with some of this slider and changeup usage when he's going to some of those off-speed pitches, but I think he's going to perform well too. And anytime you're looking at baseball bets, starting pitching emphasis, both of these teams have decent bullpens behind them. You know that they're both decent lineups, the Dodgers being a really good lineup against righties, but I really like Freddie's stuff. Think you want to be on this under today.
Oh, love it. Love it. Look at that. 2 plays, 2 boosts. You're all set. Promos, everything you need. Let's go over to the parlay builder here. Let's go on FanDuel, Mike, if we can. And let's start with that Schroeder play. And then we can go from there. So Schroeder, and I don't know, and I say start as far as like just have the one play in there. So Schroeder over 2.5 assists. Do you like that better, Eric, than Andrew Wiggins under 5.5 rebounds for plus 108, which is smashing right now at FanDuel? So clearly there is some significant value on that play, but you're talking about like a near 60% chance of Schroeder with the 3 assists versus a true 50, what we have split for Wiggins.
Yep, I'm there with you. I like that one a little bit more.
I'm sorry, which one?
I like the Schroeder one. I like getting to Schroeder. I understand that there's more juice, and the Wiggins one has the under plus 108 there. Expected win percentage, though, is 50% there. Schroeder, 58%. For all of you people looking for, hey, what's the safe parlay? Look more towards the expected win percentage if you're looking at like a 1% difference in expected ROI.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I think that, absolutely. Nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
All right. Now it gets a little tricky because we have two plays that will slam right away, which is the Randall rebounds. You also have Brunson assists. So Randall under 9.5 rebounds, Brunson over 5.5 assists. You can find a play, and I think it's the Kevin Love play, that's got a little bit more, to your point, of a chance of hitting with our X win, and you sacrifice a point of X ROI. Again, we're in a parlay, so those types of things, when you're talking about these percentage points, make some sense. I didn't see anything else that was super heavy here, unless you unless you wanted to get 4 dimes from Julius Randle, and then we would have to get a little aggressive with the next player too.
No, I like what we're doing, and plus there's a theme there. Back in Kevin Love. Boom.
Wait a second. So you do want to go to Kevin Love?
I do.
Not okay. I'm going to pretend I didn't just hear that.
Thematic. It's thematic. It's a callback joke. You should try it. It's funny. Haha.
No, it would be better if it was like you doing the Pac verse after that. Fresh out of jail of Santa, like and here, like something like that. Like give me Pac after that. You fucker. Kevin
California
Love
knows how to party.
Kevin Love knows how to party. Kevin
City
Love.
of Compton, let's go.
City of Cleveland, not anymore. City of South Beach, Kevin Love. All right. Well, that's not as bad as the one that I've done now.
I sang Alanis Morissette today, so it can't get worse than that. That's a low bar. Me. That's a low floor. I might do the Sinatra.
I might break the Sinatra out and really massacre the show before we get out of here. All right, so
I got the game on a string.
So we've got
gonna
Kevin
play
Love.
A parlay.
We're going over 7.5 points for Kevin Love. Really?
Yeah, we are, because we're sick people, and we like. He was on pace to play, I think, a lot more in that game. 23 minutes, but did he play any of the closing time? Time.
No. Well, no, he was out there, but his total stayed under. That's all. Right?
Yeah, I think I think we want to be on the over. He had attempted 7-9 shots the previous two. He's shooting a lot of threes. Like,
it was outlier more, I think, that he stayed under that last time. Okay,
I would agree.
We got to add Zach Gallen, right? Over
I'm so here for everything Zach Gallen. Yeah, okay. He's on the card today.
Now, the last thing we could add here would be, it's probably one of two at this point.
Okay.
I hate going to the NHL right here when we have something so beautiful.
Then don't
Cortez still has some value at 6.5 Ks. You could sneak in. Oh no, that's so high.
Leon Draisaitl has been just shooting a ton, though. If you wanted to go to the hockey streets, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Driz? Leon. Yeah, Driz. Yeah, we could drizzle that. Over 3.5 shots on goal. Right. Drizzle might. Shizzle might as well drizzle.
You can't say that. Stop.
Why not?
A news anchor was just removed from doing
Really?
Yeah.
It's like 90s.
I'm just telling you. All right. I'm trying to help you out, brother. You're not going to offend me. You don't have to worry about that.
My God.
You can't.
We've got the California threading.
Okay. I know. I'm just
good to know.
No,
good to know.
Don't worry. I don't think you're going to get canceled here.
I don't think so.
This is far from an Oakland Athletics broadcast. All right. So let's look at FanDuel here, where, my God, by the way, FanDuel, this is at plus 1045. You want the Driz in here.
See, that's the difference. I was going to say, I saw the video. Calvin Weeks, you got to be careful with the pronunciation. Yes, you want to always make sure that you are being proper and that you're not saying stupid stuff that is absolutely abhorrent. Like, you don't want to say bad things. That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, that
Missile T Shizzle. See, that's great. Literally, the screen name comes in. That's fantastic. Hustle Game Lifestyle. Oh, that's good.
We need that somehow.
Hello, friends.
And screenshot, like, exactly, right? Hi, everybody. Right? It's just amazing.
I mean, I'm just so.
Oh man! All right, so we're going drizzle. All drip,
yep.
drip,
yep.
drizzle.
Yep, drip, drizzle. Drip, drip, drop. There it goes, an orgasm.
All right. There you have it, man.
Now you come. Now the side of your face would happen right into your memory banks. Thanks. So click a ticket to see a seatbelt fasten. Little outcast for everybody today.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think this guy did it by accident. I think he probably did too. I can't imagine that would be something he would want to say. What were you saying?
No, I'm going to build this here while you debate the merits of somebody making a complete ass of themselves. Fuck, it moved to 8.5 already. So we have to find. All right. If you're trying to, we can't do this. We have to bring somebody else in for Kevin Love. All right. Do you want to do Randall?
Yep.
Under 9.5 rebounds?
Yep.
The guy is shot, right? He's cooked.
It's just that there aren't a lot of possessions in the game, and it seems as though he's not all that interested in hustling at the moment. I think he's really hurt. He's really hurt. I mean, look at his effectiveness. He's been really hurt. And again, he averages 9.8 rebounds per game. But if there's one team that you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt, because like, what's Tibbs going to do? Play Julius Randle 45 minutes a game now? I mean, he's obviously hurt. 38 is the absolute ceiling, it would seem like, for him. And he was averaging 35 during the course of the season. And then this matchup, it's so slow paced. There are less possessions. That creates a chasm in terms of what you would project his rebound number to be. So yeah, 9.8 rebounds per game on the regular season. He's obviously limited to a certain extent. I think I get it. He's had 12 and 14 the last two, but those are pretty big totals. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going back.
Move on this now. We've just
data says yes, so we're going with big data. Yes,
we are.
Yeah, we can.
Is that big? Is that the screen name? Big data?
No, I just came up with it. It's like big pharma, or
is that like big tech?
Big tech. Yep.
Big pharma.
Yep.
Big.
We're going big data.
I see you say data, not data. You're a data guy.
Kenny from Portland crushed it. We're so stupid. The odd shoppers know how to parlay. That's what it should have been the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is getting down uncomfortable road here of corniness, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
Drip drizzle. Check the splash on my wrist. Is that what we're going with here?
We're so
Drizzleati.
We're
Leon.
So dumb.
Leon.
Hustle Game Lifestyle. I love you guys. We love you too. We just don't know if we love ourselves. That's really what it comes down to.
We have no idea what we're doing. All right, that's a plus 1069. That's a plus 1069 parlay we just hit for you here. Okay. And again, we just used the tool. You can get a week free below. I'll tell you this. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this. This free week is not going to last. I don't know the day in which I don't know the day. All right, here, you do it. All right, here you go. All right, Mike, let's do this. I'm going to do, it's the old stand-up bit where Eric Lindquist has the hands like the improv, right? Where he has his hands behind me and he's doing the hands and I'm talking. So just get me on the full screen and I'll give you a little Dr. Evil. And Eric is going to explain that this free week is not going to be allowed for much longer.
I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you understand this, but here's the thing about an evil corporation is we got to keep the lights on from time to time. So here's going to be what I do with my cycloptic colleague. We're going to get together. We're going to have signing up at OddsShopper be the priority in your life. And here's the thing about the priority in your life is that you would make more money. And when you make more money, I don't get upset. And when I don't get upset, people don't die.
Something.
That's really
That's what Kramer always said something at the end of scenes to avoid that awkwardness. All right. I love it. If you don't sign up after that, they're going to fire me. Like we just took a major risk right here. We just put this show up on board. I love that, Mike. This is when the show needs a producer like Jordan who would stop this shit instead of enabling.
Dude,
that's
like,
what you
bro,
get,
dude,
Mike.
like, dude, you can't talk anymore. Like, dude, you got to move on, bro. Chill, okay? Like, totally.
Oh my god.
That's Jordan.
All right, let's just see real quick if any. RJ Barrett. I want to go back to two real on our tool, man, before we hit the community parlay and break out. RJ Barrett, that thing is still up for Jalen Brunson, plus money there. RJ Barrett under 20.5 points. Rui Hachimura is now under 13.5 PRA. And by the way, Anthony Davis. So right back to your AD and Clay California love prop. We have both Clay going over 21.5 points and AD going over 41.5 PRA. It's over. These are the most overs I've seen doing this show since we started this show. I don't know what to do. I got to bet them all.
It's like just a kid in a candy store running around. Just I need more.
Get this right. I'm stuck with like asparagus. Salted asparagus is the sweets that I get.
That thanks I get for loving you. A lot of songs, a lot of threading getting in here today. It's good stuff.
B has a 50% generic sports boost. I would use that on Kyle Lowry. Or no, actually use it on Anthony Davis over 41.5 PRA. There you go.
It's pretty chill.
You don't need it's dude, bro.
Dude, bro, chill.
All right. Community parlays in.
What you know about parlay?
I don't know why.
Bootstraps.
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't that one guy famous? Who is that? The short, fat, bald guy who's in all these? And that's not me, so I know chat.
Jeffrey Rush?
Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, the guy who's you best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
No. No, he's the guy that's always like yelling for parlay.
Oh, what you know about
parlay?
Oh, parlay. Bootstraps. No, it's the I don't know who the shorter guy is. I know the tall guy was like he was in like old school Road Trip. Road Trip was what he was in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Plays the quirky, nerdy dude in Road Trip.
So over 2.5 threes still there. I'm telling you, I'm going to jump in on both of these. Rui Hachimura under 13.5 PRA.
Yes.
And RJ Barrett under 20 and under 20.5 points. Both of these look pretty good. And they're unders. I get it, but I like them. Are you okay with that?
I love that. Okay.
Do you have any final thoughts before we hit the community parlay? We did not build a massive ticket here of our own. Play time. Look. We have on the board Clay going over 21.5 points, right? So
yeah,
that should open up. Like, let just talk me through this real quick. 5 threes for Clay, 25 plus points. It's only all right. So we're gonna have to bump the points up. That's only plus 189 because they're on to us here, right?
Yeah, they're listening in every day.
You can't even bet him 35 right now.
No. I mean, it's 30 with 6 would be probably the aggressive way to go with it. Though. I know, but you can't do 30 with 6.
No, you can do 30 and 5, which gets you under 5-1. So
it's not
what we need right now is a guy to get us like LeBron. Can LeBron get us 30 plus off threes? Can LeBron get us 30 plus off 5 threes? That's plus 9.
Do you know the last time LeBron had 30 in a game?
A year ago.
No, the play-in game. It's a long time since he had 30.
It feels like that. It feels like that. Felt like
it's
that.
Just been they've been playing through Anthony Davis, and they should. Anthony Davis is really freaking good, and if they want to win a title here, like playing through Anthony Davis, the 7'1" dude who shoots jumpers in the mid-range and makes them all the time, probably a good way to do it.
Okay. I got something here for you. You ready, cuz?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do a little ladder, a little parlay ladder. This is
Chaos
a parlay
is a
ladder. But it's a parlay. It's a ladder, but it's a parlay. Okay.
Okay.
20. Let's start. Let's build. All right. We need a guy who is hovering. We need a guy that's like Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell. Maybe it's probably not going to be Austin Reeves, but somebody like that, or somebody like Bam, maybe even RJ Barrett, even though our tool says not to. We need somebody in that realm to give us 20. We need to start there with 20 points.
God, it's such a low bar, but because of the way these games work out, it's actually more difficult to project and get some kind of fair value for it than you would expect. Like Wiggins hasn't put up 20 in 5 games. Bam Adebayo, I was looking earlier, has only put up 20 once in the playoffs. But the problem, I'm hesitant with it because I'm so bullish on Schroeder, where I think that all of my tickets are reliant on him not playing well.
You're right. Okay, so I take that back. back. We'll start.
Watch him go
Schroeder.
for 30 now, and we're gonna feel really stupid.
We don't need to do this at 20. That was an arbitrary number. Let's start with Denny at 10 plus. Okay, Denny at 10 plus is now plus 115. Now
I'm
we
here
need
for
to
it.
work a guy that's like, okay, can we get 50? Can Austin Reeves or Jordan Poole give us 15 tonight? Or
Jordan Poole, they got to get Jordan Poole off the floor, right? He's bad.
yeah,
He's
I
bad. He
know there
played
was that one
16
game.
minutes in the blowout spot. They did everything they were supposed to do where they just didn't. He's not good.
What about Vincent? Could you get 15 from Gabe Vincent tonight?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like Gabe Vincent makes sense. He's the guy that you should be getting 15 from, no doubt about it.
Okay. Now we move to 20. 20's tough. I think we may need to skip 20 unless we want to sacrifice. See,
I think if you're gonna go 20, the one guy that I think just makes the most sense where we need to see him play better, and it's hard to imagine that he doesn't. Like, he's really going to matter for the context of Golden State being successful. Andrew Wiggins. I think that's our 20 plus.
Okay. I like it. Now we hit 25, and I think that's Klay Thompson.
Correct.
Those two can coexist in your world, correct?
Yes, they can. They can live together in unison.
I can offer you Anthony Davis at minus 115. These do not have to be all minus, but I'm not laying minus 150 for LeBron, nor am I laying like minus 380 for AD to drop 20, right? So right. I'm trying to keep this in a reasonable realm. So Anthony Davis at minus 115 is a chance at 25. Klay Thompson is a good shot at 25 as well.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to go with both?
No, it's one or the other.
Yeah, Klay.
Okay.
Just a better number, I think, relative
30,
to
Jimmy?
Yeah, 30 is definitely Jimmy.
That's plus 115. And then let's go 35. 35's got to be, boy, can you get 35 from Steph, 25 from Klay, and 20 from Andrew Wiggins?
No, see, that's not. We're pushing it a little bit there.
Stop. Let's just stop at 30. We'll stop at 30, all right? 10, Denny Schroeder 10, Gabe Vincent 15, Andrew Wiggins 20, Klay 25, Jimmy Butler 30. That's 83-60 to 8 to 1. All right? 83-68 to 1.
No, what if we put this is where Anthony Davis at 30 and we put Jimmy Butler 35? At 35. Yes.
You fucker.
I did it for you.
I told
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're going Hail Mary style. Put it on my tab.
All right, let's see. AD is plus 280, man. He's plus 280 to hit 30.
I know. That's why you do it.
Okay. Are they even going to let me play this?
Not betting
Not
that,
because of
but
me,
it's very fun. Yeah.
All right, we're plus 672.77. All right, let's real quick, community parlay. We got to get out of here. This is fucking insane. Although we have over 200 people watching, so I guess we could stick around. Hit the like button. My God, we just built this crazy shit for you. Are you kidding me? Hit the like button, please. Golden State Warriors plus 2.5. Let's just do this on FanDuel so we can incorporate same game parlay, et cetera, if Eric has a play here, just to be difficult because we know he loves to be.
I do.
Yes. Oh my God. This is a thing of fucking beauty, my friend. You know that?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you paint the Mona Lisa, you don't need a brush.
It's a good point. It's very, very perceptive of you. All right. What do you have for the community parlay? You.
Oh, can I do that under 8.5? I'm so here for it. 8.5 for Dodgers and Milwaukee, plus 100.
Yep. And I'll go over 6.5 for Edmonton and Vegas. Oh my. Just don't mind me just building this generational wealth ticket.
It's all right. Just, making sure we take care of your kids here.
I swear it. If Jimmy Butler ends the night with 34 and everything else hits, I'm taking a week off.
I get it.
I will tell you in 1 second here. Last I checked, minus 148. All right, that's it. You got anything else you want to get out? Discord, chalkboard, anything you want to hit, my friend, on the way out? Go ahead. It's all you.
No, I love you. This was a lot of fun, like it always is. And I can't tell you enough how great this is to be able to do this. Hit that like button, everybody. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I can't tell you how much it means.
All right, we'll see you. 539 community parlay. Whoop that trick.
My God. Goodbye, everybody.